Hello, welcome to another video. In this video I'm actually doing something a little bit different for my Patreon print for January. So I came up with the idea, initially I was going to try and do a illustration of a bunch of gyroids from Animal Crossing, the new update, because I love the redesign of the gyroids. They were so freaking cute. But no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't really having any success with drawing them faithfully and like converting them to my style. They just didn't look right. So then in my frustration, I doodled a little fox and a little crow just kind of hanging out together, and I realized I really liked that sketch. So I thought, okay, well, I'll do that instead. I'm running out of time before the end of the month anyways. And I thought it'd be fun to try and do this in gouache because I haven't used that since, not properly at least, since Mermaid this year, that I ended up giving up on because I was having so much trouble with it. So I thought I would try again, and this time see if I could do, I don't know, some techniques that might make it easier on me. So to begin with, I mixed them with water right from the get-go instead of trying to paint them completely dry out of the tube, and that seemed to help me with like the smoothness issue. It was a little less opaque, but it's an acrylic gouache, the ones I have, so they are able to be layered up. They're not going to be reactivated. So I was fine with that. If it was able to get those smooth, like a smooth paint and smooth lines, then I was willing to try it again. And then I also remember that I needed to just stick with simple shapes because I don't mix paints, not this type of paint. Like, I don't know, I'm not used to blending and gradienting and doing all that stuff with these, with like acrylics or gouache or oils or any of these like thicker, more opaque paints that are designed to not be transparent to begin with. Like, I'm used to mixing stuff with watercolor and finding different techniques to make things kind of interesting, but I was like, I don't know how to do that with this. Let's just stick with some simple shapes and we'll go from there. And that actually helped quite a bit. So I drew down my sketch. I did this really simple gradient from that blue to that kind of pastel-y pink, and then I went in and I did the fox and the crow, and then I just started painting them, and I kept reminding myself, just a couple colors, keep it simple, just a couple colors. And I really liked the result as I was going. It turned out to be a lot more enjoyable than the last few times I'd worked with gouache, so I was like, alright, we could do this. I also had the idea that once I was done with all of this, I might take my colored pencils or pencil crayons and go over and add some like texture, line work, things like that. So you'll see at the end I tried that out too. I was also trying to do like the shadows and things like that, and again, like nice simple bold shapes to see if that would look good. Where I normally would do like a soft gradient out from those colors, I thought, no, we'll do simple, bold, just a couple colors. Like, I just kept repeating the mantra as I went. I did not want to screw this up. So then I went in with the crow. I find mixing these gouaches hard. I don't have a very easy time of combining these to mix colors. Like, they don't mix the way I expect them to. So I was originally trying to mix a dark purple to do the crow with, something that I could do either white lines or kind of keep lightening up that color. I didn't want to do a black, I wanted to do just a color in general. Purple, I guess I could have gone with like a darker blue if I wanted to, but again, these don't mix the way I expect them to, so it just sort of became a really strange kind of gray instead of purple. Like, and literally I mixed like an indigo blue and a bright red, and then it was just sort of gray, so I added some black into it to just darken it up a bit and make it a little more true to color. Whatever. I made it work. It was fine, but it wasn't what I was expecting, and I keep forgetting that whenever I try to mix purple. So I went back in, once I had everything sort of blocked out, I went in with some highlights and like line work using the gouache itself. I did plan on going back over again with pencil crayons or colored pencil, but I thought going at it first with just some gouache would be a good base, so that if I don't know, if I was having trouble with the colored pencil sticking down, I'd already have that done. I wouldn't have to worry about trying to paint over like a waxy residue if I left it behind. And then I went in and I wanted to add some snow, so I did it like some points just straight in. I added some like shadow under it, some texture underneath him, and then I think I even splattered some snow on there with a brush, and then I went in with my pencil crayons, and they're old. I've had them forever. These ones don't even have colors marked on them. They're just, you just kind of go from what they look like. But they worked out alright. They're the better of the pencil crayons and color pencils I have. The darker ones worked well. I tried to give like a cheek blush using various like pinks and stuff, seeing if I could get them to layer up. That didn't work, but doing the dark like legs, a couple brown tones, that worked pretty well. The white didn't show up on top, but I think that was, again, just like a difference in materials. They didn't like to go on top of each other. And then I got to peel off this tape, and that was extremely satisfying. With watercolor, sometimes I find, unless I have a really good washi or painter's tape, the edges will kind of lift with a little bit of moisture, and I'll end up with sort of like a raggedy edge instead of that nice clean crisp edge. So that was one thing that was really nice about the gouache, is pulling that off and having that clean crisp edge is so nice. And in case you were wondering, that washi tape is from Casey Golden's store. It's like some ghosts and some stripes. I want to say I have 2 or 3 from Casey that I like to use. Whatever brand she uses, like whatever company she goes through to get her washi tapes printed, they seem to adhere pretty well, so I like using those ones for paintings, as well as, you know, decorating other things. But yeah, here's the final painting. It was very fun to do. The January Patreon rewards, which will already be ordered by the time you see this, are a print of this painting, and then I did a couple stickers, one of the little fox and one of the little raven, and the digital downloads for the month are some transparent pings of some Christmas themed monsters I made in December, so that people could print those to make their own stickers if they want. Anyways, if you want to join my Patreon, you can see all that information in the link below. I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of my patrons. So thank you to Sam Bennett, Courtney Tizard, John Rex, Dan the Penguin, Michelle Dewing, Millipixel, Renee, Sarah, Emily Cannon, Mary Chase, Nicole Goodnight, Justin Thulu, Atticus Jackson, So Spice, Audrey McAvoy, Olivia White, Philippa Riggs, Tasha Red Fox, Friday Norvell, Rory, Jesse's Grill, and Andrew Wilson. Thanks so much. Bye!